Right there.
Is that the 09 entrance music? Dude, she looks so small in that. Do we have copyrights in for this?
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
We have no.
You guys are gonna get in so much trouble.
Anything.
Oh God.
Even if there was a
out.
copyright to anything right now, it doesn't matter. We're in a
Probably just
basement.
ask you politely to stop.
Alright,
Pose
just
no threat whatsoever.
just fade it out.
St. Louis Blues are not paying us anything.
Alright. And welcome to the first edition show of Three Guys, One Basement. I'm your host, John Schmidt. Along with me are my partners in crime, Kyle Watson and Greg. Say it ain't so, Burien.
Yo!
All right.
I like how we both say yo, so you can clearly distinguish who we are.
Yeah. Yo is the best we could come up with. So, guys, we have a lot to talk about. Finally, literally tonight is the first time that an NHL season has finally been declared. The lockout of 119 days is gone. I don't have that enabled, so I suck. But, so we've got a lot to talk about. Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. We got an AHL season. We're going to talk a bit about the Blues. We've got a lot to discuss about the lockout. And then we're going to just take a quick tour around the NHL. So first, I think, it's our first show. I think we should just kind of, talk a bit about how we became hockey fans. I mean, right now, there's a lot of people questioning whether they're going to come back to the sport. And I think just to touch on it, the league could really threaten a lockout because they knew the fans would come back. So we're diehards. We were coming back. So, Greg, we'll start with you. How did you just come to like hockey?
Well, I think it all goes back to when I was in first grade. I remember my dad taking me to my first Blues game with my older brother Chris. It was a playoff game, 1991 against the Detroit Red Wings.
Oh, you got a playoff game.
Red Rings.
Red Rings.
Red Rings.
Red Rings. Tell we were back in first grade now.
That's how I said it.
He had a bit of a speech impediment.
That's there. Anna, by the way.
Yes, yes. Anna.
Hey, say hello,
Anna.
Anna.
My voice cracks, and it sounds.
My voice cracks when I get nervous,
and it sounds like my.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done.
No, it's good.
Anna is a part of our show. She is here to entertain us by sitting, watching, and drinking.
Yes,
as I am doing myself.
Indeed. Cheers.
It's going well.
So, okay, awesome, Greg. Kyle, what do you got, man?
I have when you and I actually were playing video games of. What was that game? You had the
Blades of Steel.
Thank you.
Really
Blades of Steel. Blades of Steel.
St. Louis wasn't a team on that, but
no.
I was either Vancouver or
Chicago.
Chicago.
I was Chicago too.
Wasn't there blue and red?
I think it was like Buffalo.
It was like the Rangers.
Yeah, that's right. It was New York. It didn't have. It just had generic. It was like Minnesota, but
penalty shot.
It was fantastic.
Actually, gets the pass. Okay.
That kid was classic.
So we were playing a game, and it was so funny.
It was funny. Anna, you're falling asleep over there.
I'm closing my eyes. I'm trying to get the effect.
No, actually,
of an actual radio. I know what you guys look like. It's kind of ruining everything, ruining the mystery for me. So I close my eyes. I try to hear it as the listener would hear it.
Right on. Well, hopefully we're entertained.
Plus, I'm pretty drunk and my eyes are tired.
Right.
Well, actually, John, it was when we started playing street hockey. That was the start of everything. Going to the Blues games with your dad, going to the old arena. I'll never forget that, with your brother. And then after that, when you moved next to me at my parents' house, and that's when we played street hockey with everybody else. And then watching the old arena actually fall down, that was very sad.
You guys were there?
I was.
Yeah.
I made up a story that my parents met there, and like
At the
a
arena or when
girl
it, like-
like kissed me on the cheek.
Was this the
I
day
made-
of
I made up
class?
a
Did you
story
skip
that
class this day.
No, this was on a weekend, and I made up a story. I got separated from my family somehow, and I made up a story that my dad proposed to my mom in the arena at a Blues game, and this like kind of cute chick. I mean, maybe not. Whatever. She like kissed me on the cheek.
She was probably
I-
a guy. Her name
I
was Ted.
shed a fake tear just to like enhance the moment, but so
I thought you were going to say that they met and proposed to each other as the arena was falling down.
I would have said
All we have
anything.
left.
That would have been a fantastic
Yeah.
event.
I'm 12 years old right now, but my parents just met and just proposed.
I don't know how I became to this
I
I wouldn't
point,
believe
but
this.
I'm from the future. So,
That's good.
you know, for me, it was just, you know, we moved here from Kansas City when I was like 4.5. And I really didn't care too much about sports, but I just remember Saturday nights, you know, pizza, watching Blues Blackhawks on a little 9-inch black and white TV. Brett Hall is purely responsible for me being a Blues fan because just him and Adam Oates, pure magic. And, you know, just ever since I just thought it was so awesome. You know, St. Louis Blues hockey.
who's Brett Hall?
Brett Hall, yeah. I don't know.
I'm just
I mean,
kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a joke.
Here we have an opening in the show now.
That's what Anna's here.
That's why Anna's here. Anna, why are you a Blues fan?
Ooh, that's a toughie. I backed out once they first went on strike, so
Oh,
yeah.
Well, it's happened
all
quite a few
right.
times.
Times are changing.
We will get to that later on in the show.
We actually will. Reactions to the lockout actually is our next topic. You know, this CBA process was very long, very strenuous, and at times it seemed hopeless that we would never see hockey again. Kyle, what were your reactions while it was going on? What were you hopeful that we would see hockey? I mean,
I was hopeful because I kept reading the wrong stuff that somebody kept saying, yes, there will be hockey. It was, you know, like the 5th page of Google where there'll be hockey again. So,
You
not
just
sure
kept-
if I can count on those websites, but anyways,
you just kept searching until the
I just
news
kept
was
searching
good.
until I found the answer that I wanted to hear. It wasn't about what everybody else was saying, it's about what I wanted to hear. So,
Got it.
no, actually, I was pretty positive for a while, and then I got let down. Actually, well, we all got let down a few times.
A lot of times.
Yeah, a lot of times actually. But
It just seemed like it would not end. Like,
Well, it seemed like every time they would try to come to the table to talk about what the other side wanted, it would just get even worse.
yeah,
Like it got to a point where they weren't even talking, and federal mediators had to get involved, and even after that, you know, it seemed like nothing was happening. Then all of a sudden, something happened. So
no.
I think for me, like in the summertime when they were all talking about this, it seemed like they might go on strike. You know, they won't do it. Kind of like with the NFL, it happened for a couple weeks, and they came back to hockey or football rather, and yeah. But I think as it lingered on, I got a little frustrated, you know, and kind of swore up and down that I might be sitting out a few Blues games, but you know, we're pretty hardcore. I'm over it. I'm ready for the season to get on their way.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is that I didn't really know whose side to take. Would it be the owners? Would it be the players? Because, you know,
Would it be Louis?
could it be the mascot, that freaking beer dude in Section 210?
Louis awesome. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I love
Louis.
I can't wait to see. Actually, you know what? That is one of my. I'm excited to see Louis.
Yeah, Louis.
I want to see Louis throw another pie in a Chicago Blackhawks face, or Detroit Red Wing.
Did he really he threw a pie at a fan's face?
I like the one where they make him bounce the
Yeah,
puck
they do
on
that.
the forehead, and they put a funnel in his pants,
Yeah.
and they're like trying to make him drop the puck into the funnel.
Nice.
But while he's looking up, they pour a beer in his pants.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah. So
I think the real losers of this whole lockout, you know, besides the fans, are the people that actually work at Scott Trade and all the other.
Wait,
Yeah,
if I'm not
venues.
mistaken, sorry to get off topic here, but didn't Louis win an award for being like the best?
was
he's
nominated.
nominated
Yeah, I didn't know
for
if he actually won.
cartoon.
nominated.
Yeah.
You know what? Well, while you're talking about that, I'll look
Yeah,
it
you
up.
should be looking that up right
I'm
now.
looking it
Yeah.
up right
Figure
now.
out who beat out
Not
Louis.
We've got.
Not to get even more off topic, but why is a bear representing a St. Louis hockey club? Can someone figure that one out for me?
How
Like,
did it
was there-
become the bear?
How did it become the bear?
Why is he not
I
in
think
Trump?
the 64th now was just too fucking obscure.
By the way, we should name this show the ADD show.
We like
We all have
substance.
severe ADD.
We have a list that we're all looking at, but we just screw the list. Like, we didn't plan for Anna to be here, but it's working out.
Let's take this list and use that as
Foundation.
nothing at all. Let's just a coaster
I'd rather
or
we
whatever.
foundation.
But so,
Anyway,
who gives a crap? The lockout's over. We've got hockey back, gentlemen. Woo!
That's all that matters.
Yes. So now we're going to talk about some stuff that's going to get you pumped for this Blues season. So, guys, what are some things that excite you about this upcoming season?
I'm
Ice.
excited. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
At the same time, let's just,
I was about to catch
on three,
Ice.
everybody say what they're excited about. 1, 2, 3.
Can
Ice
Ice.
Girls.
Petrangelo.
Hey, what did you say?
Ice Girls.
I
Oh,
thought you said ice.
Oh.
Those cheerleaders.
hopefully they
I
will
just
be on our
made
show
something.
sooner than later so that John can get an autograph with them.
Wait.
Or
Yeah.
a hug.
I gotta rewind. I'm not up to speed. We actually have cheerleaders this year.
No, I just
They're
said
not
Ice
cheerleaders,
Girls
it's the
because
Ice Girls.
Okay, so
The
like
same
they're the
ones
people
from,
that clean the
oh,
ice
okay.
between.
I see.
Oh,
I've
you're
got
talking
trading
about the Ice
cards.
Girls.
Nice.
No, just kidding.
I thought you were talking about the two girls.
The Fox Sports
Fox
Midwest girls.
Sports Midwest
Yes,
girls.
they are cute.
The one that I was trying to get to skate with.
The dark-haired
Ben.
one.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I actually think Kayla's cuter. So let that just go on the record.
No,
If they're
I've never
listening
dated
right
a
now,
blonde.
That's John Schmidt speaking. He would
Yes.
like to date you.
So, guys, things that excite you the most. We'll go alphabetical and go Greg.
I'm excited about Ken Hitchcock coming back. Obviously, that huge season that Blues had last year, him winning the award for Coach of the Year, and just that presence that he brings. Obviously, he won a cup with Dallas many years ago. So I think the Blues are getting ready to pick up where they left off last year with his leadership. And might I add that I think it's fantastic that he never seems to unfold his arms. You guys ever notice that? He's just like an eye patch and like a white cat away from being a Bond villain. I don't know. It's
I
hilarious.
feel like we need to research this because
Maybe he has like circulation problems. I don't know, but I love the guy. I'm excited he's our
It's
coach.
fucking cold. There's ice.
It's a good point.
Well, actually,
I'm a Hitchcock supporter.
Ken Hitchcock does have health issues. I don't remember what they are, but I remember he does have some health issues.
This is taking a serious turn. This went from being light to
We are excited about Ken Hitchcock.
Please
Now
keep
you're
Ken Hitchcock
old,
in your
and
prayers.
I am sorry. That's our. We don't really have any segments right
Yes,
now.
sir.
It's got
No.
sound effects.
But so Kyle, I mean, what about this season?
Me, number 91, Vladimir Tarasenko.
There is so much buzz about that kid. It's amazing.
Have you seen some of the highlights on YouTube from him?
Well, he
About
was
him?
we got him in the first round, 16th overall. Has been playing in Russia for
Yeah.
how many years?
How old is he? 19? 20?
He is 21.
19,
21.
21.
He's
Younger than
35.
We'll take the average and say 20.
He is
Yeah.
74.
We'll meet in the middle. Even though you're 21, we're going to say you're
Please
20.
play for Vladimir Tarasenko. He is on his death.
Well,
Ken Hitchcock is right next to him.
Everybody's old. Just, age.
This is going so well.
here's
Yes.
something interesting. Over the course of the lockout, he played in 15 games and had scored 11 goals.
15 games, 11 goals. Does
Not
it
too
say
bad.
how many assists? Or
Assists, 5. Penalty minutes, 0.
so he's not a fighter.
He's well behaved.
Well behaved.
But an unknown source says that he's already given Roman Polak 10 stitches in the
Yes.
unofficial training camp. So.
Yes. But I don't think it was him that gave him the stitches. I think Roman Polak decided to jump in front of a puck, thinking that the puck would not hurt him, and therefore the puck gave him 10 stitches.
So
Anyways, but yeah, Vladimir Tarasenko, I'm really excited. Not just because of the buzz, but because I hear he's a fantastic player, and I can't wait to see him on the ice. Hear good things from Ken Hitchcock and everybody else. ESPN, well, you never hear about it because they don't care about hockey. That's why we're here. So, John,
Absolutely.
what about you?
There's so many people that were bummed when they started canceling games. And they canceled the Winter Classic, and they canceled the All-Star Game, and the city of Detroit's just really upset. But, they're Red Wings fans, so they should be upset.
Detroit was having the All-Star Game this year?
What?
Detroit was having the game this year?
No, they were having the Winter Classic.
That's right, with
Yeah, I think
Suckers, they don't get it now.
Columbus was having.
Does anybody really care about the All-Star Game anymore?
I really
don't care about the All-Star Game.
Yeah,
No.
The skills competition.
I think the Winter
cool.
Classic is more entertaining now for me, just because of outside going in football stadiums or baseball stadiums. I think it's really
kind of a cool thing to see.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the Blues get to that point, but I feel
I think they will. I think eventually.
that's years away.
Well, how cool would it be to have a Winter Classic on the grounds of the greatest sports baseball team?
I agree.
In Busch Stadium,
The Chicago
overlooking
Cubs.
the arch. I mean, come
I'm kidding,
on.
folks. We've just lost 10 listeners, and we didn't have any.
So we're down to
But
10 listeners.
Well, we're down to 4.
So people just thought, shortened season, it doesn't really matter. I mean, just don't play the game. Guys, you saw this shortened season, it eliminates the ability for a team like LA last year, who backed into the playoffs, then literally became a buzz saw to anybody who played against them. And they were just unstoppable. This is going to make it to where it's literally like 5 months of playoff hockey. All 30 teams just there's no room for a slow start. Injuries are just so much more magnified. And, you're going to see like mid to late February, you're already going to know what teams are in the hunt. And, thinking of the golf course, thinking of a full off season.
Well, it's like you just said, everybody has a real chance right now. But I think, you're going to start thinning the herd pretty soon. I mean, what are we playing? 49 games, so it's about half a season.
48 games. 40% of the season was lost in the lockout. Teams are going to be in mid-season form come the playoffs. So really, you don't have time. And I feel the thing that's most exciting to me about that is that so much talk has been about the Blues and how great they are and how their goaltending tandem is solid. We made great strides last year. This is as good a chance as ever to prove that. Absolutely. We're going to absolutely see what we've got.
But it's like what we were just saying about the Kings last year. I mean, they were the 8th seed to get in the playoffs, and then they just caught fire and just ran through everybody.
But you look at that lineup: Dustin Penner, Dustin Brown, Justin Williams. I mean, those guys are no schmucks. Jeff Carter, Jonathan Quick. I mean, they had all the pieces there.
And
they just were not clicking. What?
Interesting enough, not one player has moved on. They're all come back, even with the scratches that they had from last year. Every single player.
For the Kings or the Blues?
The Kings.
Kings.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and I mean, for the Blues, another thing, I was pretty excited, but then some prospective lines came out. And just looking at these numbers, like all there was numbers, and I'm just like, wow, look at this top line, potentially. D'Agostini, Backus, Oshie. Second line, Perron, Berglund, Chris Stewart. Third line, McDonald, Steen, and they're going to try out Tarasenko right there on that third line. And then they're going to put Saboka, Nicole, Reeves. The deep pairings are going to go Chris Russell, Pietrangelo, Bear Jackman, Polak, and then Ian Cole and Shat Deuces. Then you got the goalie tandem. So,
what do you guys think about Chris Stewart this year? You guys think he's going to bounce back?
No.
There was an article.
I'm sorry, Chris.
He's not going to come on the show.
No.
That's the whole point. No, I'm just kidding, brother.
We just kidding.
I think you're going to come back and score 4 goals.
4 goals. Why do you think Chris Stewart's done?
No, I really don't think Chris Stewart is done. I think he's actually going to come back and prove a point just because being under Ken Hitchcock, I think he had to change up his game a little bit just like everybody else did. And I think at the end of the year, he was starting to show progress
Mm-hmm.
with his offense. But I think just with a lot of the scratches from David Perron to heck, half our team was scratched almost at one point. And
That's another thing. Think of a time when we've had Andy McDonald,
Yep.
Alex Steen, and David Perron, all three healthy at the same time.
Very true.
Yeah.
This is
And
that
we
time.
actually haven't had that. Maybe for a game or two.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about, but you look at this depth. I mean, in a shortened season, even if we get 5 20-goal scorers, the other guys are going to chip in at least 10. And, you know.
Well, last year we only had 2 20-goal scorers. That was Backus and Perron. He scored. Backus was 24.
Oshie didn't?
Oshie was at 19.
Oh,
Yep. So I mean, he was right there. He was on the cusp, if you will.
yeah.
The cusp.
He tied for the points lead, though. Backus and Oshie didn't. Did he not?
Backus had 82. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Yeah, they sure did. 54 points total. Backus and Oshie.
Boom,
respectively.
roasted.
Yeah.
So,
But, you know, and interestingly enough, Stewart had 15 goals. He was 8th on the team last year, and he played 79 games.
see, I mean, there was an interesting article by Andy Strickland. If you get a chance, go look that up, about Chris Stewart. And last year, he reported to camp 25 pounds overweight.
My man.
They tried.
Mama.
My man!
He liked the Burger King, baby.
Shot me in the ass.
But yeah. So I mean, he kind of had this lockout gave him some time to realize that I gotta grow up, and so this is the basis of that article is just saying, he's lighter, he's quicker, he's ready to kind of live up to the potential. So we'll see. I mean, he's a guy that's on the radar. So that actually is a really good transition into our next part. Who are some players that need to stand out for this Blues team to be successful?
I think you just hit it right out there. Chris Stewart's got to bring that attitude back. I think we saw a little bit of it in the playoffs, especially against the Kings. I think it was the last game where the Kings knocked us out. Stewart had a goal in that game, and you started to see some of that feistiness. But Stewart's at the top of my list.
Uh-huh.
I think Kolyakovic needs to have a strong season as well.
Kolyakova's gone.
Okay. Well, for whatever team he's playing,
That's the Red Wings, and we don't want them to.
he's on the Red Wings.
Yeah,
Man,
I know.
gosh.
First cuss word of the show.
Well, Anna,
Goes
No,
to
she
Greg.
said fuck earlier.
Oh, okay.
There's a third. Fourth, I said it. Sorry.
All right.
I was the
This is
first
podcast,
cuss word of the
right?
Stop
show.
fucking cussing. Oh.
Oh, I can't wait to put in music into our
Yeah, for
stuff
sure.
and commercials maybe.
This is a
I
work
can't
in
wait to hear what
progress,
this said.
folks.
Yeah, this was just a trial and error, basically. But
Yeah,
we're having fun
yeah.
with it. Keep
We
going.
are.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
interrupted
No,
again.
you're
I'm
good.
such an asshole.
No, you're good, man. So this is actually never going to hear,
Beer.
or no one's ever going to hear this, right?
We're gonna upload on Facebook tomorrow.
So let's go with Stewart first, and then just for the hell of it, I'm going to say that Ian Cole, even though he's young, and that he's probably not going to get.
That's a good one. That's a good pick. Even though it was random. Good
well,
pick.
it's random just basically because I saw his name there. I figured, why not? No, but seriously, Ian Cole has a lot to prove just because he's the young enough to cover on the team.
Mhm.
If he wants to get some serious playing time, he's going to have to prove it to the team and to Mr. Hitchcock. So,
Number 3.
number 3.
Oh, is that it?
Oh, that's-
all you
yeah,
got?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, and
Ian
into
Cole.
that one, with Ian Cole, I'd say Alex Pietrangelo. I mean,
Mhm.
he proved himself last year.
We got a
Not
Pietrangelo.
for me. Not for me. That was from Anna. Not for me. I'm good. I'm straight.
Don't lie.
Good. But with Ian Cole, I mean, that is amazing for them two to be on the same line together. Ian Cole learned a lot from Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo can learn a lot from Ian Cole. But Pietrangelo was one of the top defensemen last year.
Mm-hmm.
As
Yeah.
a rookie.
It was.
Coming
Amen.
up. I mean, and that's what it's exciting is for him to be playing in this year with more experience under his belt.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
I think that's going to go over well. My other one is, I will say it, it's a fan favorite. Everybody loves him, TJ Oshie.
Yeah.
TJ Oshie showed a lot of energy last year. He started off a little slow, but at the very end, you saw the hard checking, the hard skating, and that man, I mean, I'll tell you what, he was
I
fighting
think-
for everything.
I think you posted that video of him hitting Dustin Brown.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
that just shows.
Solid muscle.
That almost changed the game right there. But
Mhm.
that was wow. But
Absolutely.
Well, speaking of Justin Brown, wow.
Dustin.
Well, there's Justin.
I don't care. It's a king. Whatever.
Oh, I'm
Dustin
I'm sorry.
Penner.
I'm thinking of Justin Brown from San Jose.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
I was just thinking about Roman Polak when he just
yes.
wasted him
That was
in
awesome.
Game 3.
Yep.
You opened. What did Hitchcock say?
said that's a door you don't want to open.
Yep.
Yep.
And he opened
And
the
he
door.
I
just
remember that.
he done it. Where did you get that hat?
Got this in Germany.
Oh,
Yeah, it's actually Irish.
I thought you
But I bought
stole
it in
it.
Germany.
You look like
Like
Look at
I
all the
should call
butterflies.
Pep in that hat.
What's that?
I said I feel like I should call you Pep in that
Yeah.
hat.
Greg's looking awful Irish
I'm a little
today. He's
king
got
of New
the
York
got
over
the
here.
gloves on and the scarf.
Or maybe J Lo would wear that hat.
J-Lo.
She might.
Okay.
In
But
Geely.
the only thing that's missing is you're wearing an Irish hat
Huh?
and we're drinking Natty Light.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Nah.
basically what's on hand. And Anna was the beer girl tonight.
Anna
Thank you,
represents
Anna.
him for the beer girl.
I mean, totally Koliako is on the Red Wings. Not the just want to throw that one back out there.
But anyways, back to what we were talking about. Yeah, those are my two. I'm not going to mention three just because I think Pietrangelo stands out. Not saying he's going to fall apart or anything. I think he's going to improve himself even more this year, and I believe that TJ Oshie is going to come alive again. I think he is the playmaker of the team a lot when he shows his energy out there. So
Good.
I'm excited to see them both play,
The
as I am with every player. But I love watching those
The
two.
club almost lives and dies if TJ Oshie's playing well.
Well, he's definitely
Oh, yeah.
the future. I mean, with him and Perron and Backus, I mean, they're definitely.
Well, if you think about it,
Young
Oshie is the
backbone
face of the
foundation.
franchise now.
Yeah.
I
More so because of his
sometimes
looks at first, but now
I
it's
Make
feel-
He
it
has a
all
lot of
sometimes.
female fans,
Yeah.
Lady Wood.
I feel like
Absolutely.
that's because his name rhymes with Yoshi. I mean, think about playing Mario Kart. Who are you? Are you Bowser? No, because you suck if you're Bowser.
Mm,
You're Yoshi because he's fast, he's green.
he's deep.
Yeah.
Yoshi
Little
Oshie.
reaching.
Yoshi
Feels a little
Oshi.
reachy.
They're both
Think about
Oh,
it. Think about it.
Yoshi.
They're both dinosaurs.
Yoshi.
They're both animated.
They're both
Uh,
animated. Yeah.
John,
You got
sound like-
Yoshi?
Can I add one more player?
You can.
I think Barrett Jackman needs to have a breakout season.
You just stole my number 3.
Well, good.
Piece
I need
of
to
crap.
redeem myself because I feel like I need to climb up the ladder.
You know what? Barrett Jackman gets too much crap from the fans, and he's one of those guys that
He's a good.
literally he busts his ass.
He's a scrappy player. He plays old school hockey. Frankly, I'm surprised the Blues signed him back. I mean, I really am. I didn't think they were gonna bring him back.
The thing is that prior to
It's a
last,
3-year deal. It's a 3 or 4.
it's I mean,
it's a multi-year. It's more than I thought
it's
they were gonna
it's not a one. And
Yeah.
the thing is like, I just before last year, if you gave Jackman the puck in our end, it was getting turned over, and
You think
that's
so?
just yeah. But last year, that dude played out of his mind, and you said Pietrangelo. I think Shattenkirk's important, but the defense starts with Barrett Jackman. He's the consummate veteran on that defensive line, and I thought I was gonna get crap for saying Barrett Jackman as one of my 3 to watch, but Greg just solidified that. But honestly, guys, I think David Backus is the first captain since Al McInnes that I 100% agree with.
Mhm.
I would have been pissed if they'd have given it to Eric Johnson because, look at what a brat. He's gone, not our problem. But David Backus plays hard, goes to the net. He can score goals. He's a gritty forward. He is the captain. If he plays big, this team plays big.
Are you honestly going to sit there and tell me that David Backus is a better captain than Eric Brewer?
I noticed you couldn't say that with the sting.
If we had a rim shot effect, I would hit it right now.
You know who Eric Johnson reminded me of? Who was the Cardinals player that we got rid of? Our center fielder.
Wow.
Colby
Rasmus.
Rasmus?
Yeah, them two should,
A little
be
bit.
brothers.
I can see
I
that,
wonder
yeah.
They're a
if
whining bunch of
I see that.
babies.
I wonder if
Actually,
Eric Johnson's dad was as controlled. Johnsman.
Johnsman? Funny
It's
thing
like
is-
if they're not a blue, I just don't care about pronouncing their name properly. So
Right.
suck it, Johnsman.
How would you guys feel? Do you Do you guys root
Now
for
we're
the
talking about
players more, or
Johnsons.
do you root for the jersey?
Oh boy.
It made me think of the Austin Powers.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I think about it. I mean, like,
What's that in the
would you guys
sky?
like a player?
Nobody
Big
can hear
old
what
Johnsons.
you're saying.
I'm trying to get deep over here.
We're talking about Johnsons.
We're talking about penises. We're talking about real stuff, Greg.
I think she's a great addition. She's like that background voice of a woman that you will find at a radio show.
Yeah.
It's just, or what's that show?
Mythbusters.
No. What's that show with the guy that I think is it on MTV where he they like rewind stupid things that somebody does.
I
and
can't
there's
say
the
I've
girl
watched
that sits
MTV
there
in
and she
years.
just like just laughs and does something.
Oh,
stupid.
is that like TMZ?
Yeah,
I don't know,
can't
dude.
remember.
See, I don't watch it because I got a penis.
MTV.
Right.
Wow.
What are we talking about?
Snooki TV. This is a hockey show. We've stooped to MTV. Great.
That's
So
what I was
David
saying
Backus. David Backus is my number one. Number two guy I would love to see stand out, and I think you will all agree. If this guy has a year, whoo, David Perron.
Perron. Well, I think we all know Perron.
We've only seen glimpses of what he can do.
Well, it's because he's coming back from a huge
Hell, he
injury,
didn't
man.
come back until what?
Yeah,
last
half a brain last
2
year,
months
man.
of the
He's getting
season
in
last
trouble.
year.
Exactly.
Poor taste, John.
But poor taste. If he has a big, I mean, that's just gonna go to prove that our rookies are just showing
There's
up. and-
Lowe, and then there's John Schmidt. All right, what you just did.
I don't even know
So
what.
distasteful. All right, I'm just kidding.
I don't know until what just happened. I was talking about David Perron, and you're just like, John, that's low.
No, I thought you
Drink a
were.
beer.
I'm done.
This is fun.
I thought you were giving him trouble because he had a slow season. I was just bringing the point that he had a concussion, and then he was literally.
No, I'm just saying.
Literally slow.
Please keep David Perron in your prayers.
Literally slow.
Come on, you vegetable, get up here.
He's like drooling on his jersey. Poor bastard. Okay.
Concussion tests my ass.
I'll give you a concussion test.
You've got eyes. I don't care if you see 5 pucks. Just shoot
Now,
at
see,
one
this
of
is
them.
what's great about our show is that this is comedy, this is seriousness. We have Anna. We have the background voice. This is fun. So
Yeah,
continue.
for sure.
Let's,
For sure.
Okay, we done with vegetables and penises
He's what?
How do you
That-
guys feel about Halak having to have a good year?
now? Oh,
What do you
good
think?
point that we
No, I'm actually very surprised that none of us brought up goaltending.
Continue your bottom three, top three. People that we were just
We're
discussing.
done.
Are we done discussing
Yeah.
that?
You
just
stole
keep us
my
on
3, so I'll take my 3 and say Yaroslav Halak. In the past, he's had slow starts, and thank God for Brian Elliott out of nowhere last year that got Yarrow going. If those two can continue to be the tandem that they were last year, and very seldom, I mean, you saw it in Detroit with the Osgood and the Vernon. You saw it.
Is Osgood still playing, or is he done?
He's probably some backup in Detroit, I think. Actually,
Oh my gosh, man, Detroit is.
We
good.
You
saw
could
it
look
with,
that
we saw
up.
it with Price and Halak
yeah.
Yeah.
in Montreal.
Yep.
Well, I think Price was.
Halak
I
got
mean, I'm
hot in
not-
the playoffs.
Yeah,
I mean, he just surprised the Capitals and the Penguins, and
yeah.
it's just fun to watch if you're just a fan.
I don't
of
think
hockey.
he just surprised Capitals and Penguins. I think he's shocked everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Shocked
No,
me.
the Blues. They did this Blues best over the lockout, showing the best games,
Yeah.
and they showed his first game back in Montreal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that
And
was
just-
a really cool sight.
Yeah,
that
that
was
was when the Montreal fans, stood up for. They gave him like a full. They waited till the Blues did their team congrats, and then they as they
That
were
was
skating
awesome.
away, they all stood up, and it was like 2/3 of the arena was still there. It
Yeah.
was loud. I got chills.
The
Even I
Blues
knew
won
it was
3-0
coming.
That game, didn't they?
What?
Didn't we shut him out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
3-0.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
It's like suck it, Price. Go Blues.
It was awesome class by the fans of Montreal.
Yeah. So the goalies need to come up huge. Halak needs to have a fast start. He needs to get comfortable.
Well, he just needs to play hockey the way he knows how to play hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what happened last year, but it just seemed like I don't know. Maybe you guys would disagree, but it doesn't seem like he was consistent enough.
Yeah.
And Elliott had a surprise year, and that's what kept the Blues where they were. So
I think a lot of times, though, too, even in any sport, I think once somebody shows a period of greatness and then they start to fall apart, well, what's going on?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
I think there's always hidden things that we don't know about that only staff knows about, whether it's injury related, personal related. Now, you can't always make that excuse for professional athletes, but I think there was something going on with Halak last year with injury.
I think his hand was hurt, wasn't it? If I heard that right?
Well, I think he did have his hand hurting for quite some time.
Yeah.
Even when he hurt himself in, actually it was Game 3 versus San Jose. That's when he got out. He injured himself.
Game 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah.
It was Game 3. It was the night of Roman Polak versus Justin Braun.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
That would have been Game 2 because
that was Game 2.
that was
3.
they won Game 1 and then we just
We took the rest.
steamrolled.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because they opened the Pollock door.
The pool.
So, guys, keys to a successful cup run.
Well,
Needs to fit, right?
What?
it took me like 5 seconds to get that.
Like, huh? Cup, I don't know.
I get it. No, it was good.
Uh-huh.
It
All right.
It took a minute for the wheels to turn there.
A cup? Oh,
An
I
actual
just
cup.
got that.
Anna, where are you going?
Where's the voice? Are you getting more
Are you
beer?
leaving?
You run this show, Anna.
Our manager's leaving us.
The order of the hand will roll.
Explore the space.
Keys to a successful cup run.
Are we going to see that score this year?
I think David Backes needs to be the captain that we saw last year. He's got to lead this team on and off the ice. He's a young guy, but he's acting like a veteran. He's acting like a Brendan Shanahan, and I love it. I think he is going to be the one person that's either going to make or break the team. And on top of that, you got to have production from Perron and Oshie. That's just got to be there. As long as those guys are gelling and get some of this new talent with his name is escaping me, from Schwartz, and then the Russian guy who's coming up. What's his name?
Tarasenko.
Vladimir
It
Tarasenko.
sounded a little racist, didn't it?
What?
It wasn't racist, but it sounded a little racist. Like, it's Russian guy.
I caught no racism.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. We'll just have to hit that.
if you want
We'll
to,
have to hit the edit.
if you want to be
Racist
racist,
But the point I'm trying to make is that we got to have the players that we need to get there. And I sound like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
as Anna fills the wine glass,
You're like,
we're making Anna out to
talking,
be like
Greg.
this raging alcoholic.
Yeah.
But
we'll just call you Mike Shannon.
It's a great day.
Anna's like,
Yeah, sorry.
I want to hit him right where the sun don't shine. I was like,
cow.
Mike Carey, Blues win. Blues.
Happy flight. Happy flight.
See, I think that for years people have been saying that the Blues have to have that scorer. I just
You don't think we had that already? I think back.
I just don't think that player exists. The way this game has matured, yeah, there's going to be, and you've got your Sidney Crosbys, your Ovechkins, whatever. But I think we've got a lineup of guys who can chip in. You don't need a scorer to do all the goal scoring. If you get
Kachuk
it,
dead?
what?
Just
This
so I know.
Kachuk
Is he
dead.
dead?
He's not dead.
He's not dead.
He
He's
usually
fat.
Sits, he usually sits like in the fourth row now. In hockey.
Dude, he
I miss
lost
those
his
ears.
front teeth.
He lost
Kachuk?
both of his teeth.
I'm talking about lineup depth.
He goes.
Anna's
to,
like,
he goes
"Good
to mostly all the games though.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just retired.
Since you
Yeah.
brought him up,
Oh, yeah.
thanks for bringing him up, Anna, because this has been driving me nuts for like a year. Like his last 2 seasons, they always refer to him as like Big Walt. When did he get that nickname? 'Cause I
There
never
was
heard him.
there was
fat.
a Walt Kachuk,
Yeah.
and I don't think they were related, but
And he
It just-
ate
it
Walt
stuck.
Kachuk.
It's because Walt ate Walt. Have you seen how big that guy got after? Holy
Exploded, Lucy.
No, I love
Exploded.
Kachuk. I
I'm
miss
gonna have to
Kachuk.
Google him.
Kachuk
I
was
don't know.
awesome.
It drove me nuts though, because every time there was a Blues game, they always referred to him as Big Walt, and I had no idea where the hell that came from. It drove me nuts. But now I know. Because John Schmidt's a god. I'd rather
John, I would like to say this.
Give me just a second.
I don't like this computer.
All right.
Really, you guys are talking about, and I was thinking.
I think we could start from the
We're
top.
talking. Hey, welcome to Three Guys. No, we were talking about Walter and keys to a cup run, and
Just keep going.
I thought we
You'll get
lost.
better at it when you keep going.
Yeah, I thought we lost connection, but we were good. Oh yeah. So keys to a successful cup run. We've got to have the top 3.
Hold on, we're watching a YouTube video. You have paused for so we can watch this.
More copyright infringement, everyone.
John,
We've got comedy,
here.
we've got sports,
I
we've
got an email
copyright.
here from a fan who wants to hear your best foghorn impression.
Go.
How do we
3,
have
2,
a
1.
fan?
Greg's an
That's not copywriting. That's a. I love that theme song.
I don't even know
pretty
who it... Lanolin? Like Sheepswell?
It's Alan Parsons.
Alright, so keys to a cup run, goaltending,
The Alan
scoring.
Parsons.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Great.
Great.
And I'm a Mormon.
I have friends that are Mormons. Okay, I have a friend that's a Mormon, but
Hey,
I
whoever
really
was
don't know where that came from. But
whoever was around pre-Jesus, he's offended by that.
I have some Mormon friends. I do.
Yep.
but they don't get it on the internet, so we're good.
Are they not supposed to?
They're still doing their mission work.
Okay, so back to hockey.
We're so offensive. So
Religion and
anything
hockey.
else to a cup run?
Yes, I wanted to say 2 things. We already have it. We only need 2. You know what it is? Ken Hitchcock and experience.
Experience.
You said that very.
Do you want to expand on experience?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Well,
Well, moving
I
on.
guess you need hockey players too. That would be
You
nice.
need pucks,
Pucks.
sticks. You have to have ice. I can't stress that. That's one of those.
Basically not the helmets though. Helmets, get rid of those.
Concrete. will not
Boy,
work.
if we could just get some pads on the ice, then we might have a good chance of taking this thing.
Favorite Blues goalie of all time.
Curtis Joseph.
Ah, you stole it.
Yeah.
He was my
Well, we all,
first.
so then we all agree.
My first.
Joseph is up
my
there.
only.
Wasn't that the black one?
No.
No, that was Grant.
We had 2 of them, actually.
Who's that black guy from Mexico? Was that Grant Fuhrer?
El Grant
I thought
Fuhrer.
he was Mexican.
Senor Fuhrer.
Yeah, Senor Fuel.
Actually,
I'm
that
the
was more
first
like Chinese.
Canadian Mexican ever. We just skipped America.
Nothing to see here.
Just keep on moving.
That's so fucking funny because America's awesome.
You just keep your eyes closed and you keep moving south.
Civil War, baseball, football, moving on.
I'm a Mormon.
And Canada.
Sad thing is he's the sober one.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Actually, my first favorite goalie was Vincent Riendo. I don't know if you guys remember him.
why? Can you spell Riendo for the
I think it's Riendau. Maybe a T is in there.
T.
Swanson? Swanson?
The X. The X is silent.
He was the goalie of the Blues when I first started getting into hockey. Once my brother got into him, and he was also the goalie the first game I ever went to. The Blues beat the Red Wings 6-1,
You know
which I
what would
believe is
be.
the most penalized game the Blues ever played in. if I'm not
You know what
mistaken.
would be fun?
Penalized minutes, that is, for both teams. What's that?
This is probably going to get abused by somebody. Start at Riendo
Uh-huh.
and come up to now.
Oof.
Name all the Blues goalies.
There's actually a website, because I'm a nerd and I've been on this before.
Yeah, we've talked about
There's
this before.
There's a lot more than you think. There's a lot more bigger names than you think.
There was that one where we had like 5, like Tom Barrasso.
Tom Barrasso, Jim Carrey was on our team for a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
Jim
Jim Carrey.
Detective. He got really popular with the Capitals. I remember.
Alrighty then.
But let's start. So like early '90s, we're talking then.
No, don't do it now.
Because that's impossible.
Yeah. Maybe one of our listeners. See, I can't even challenge that because they're gonna Google it and just copy and paste. Be like, yeah, I'm so smart. We're giving away T-shirts to the first person that.
We're going to give away T-shirts that we
currently
do not have
name.
or can't afford.
What we're going to do is draw something on your arm. Then we're going to encourage you to get a tattoo on your arm.
I just have to play this clip.
It's going to be a picture of our choosing.
Swimmy, slippy, flappy, Swanson. Maybe it's in the briefcase. Look in the... Oh, yeah, it's right here. Samsonite.
See? That's all you got to say.
I love it.
Jesus.
This is fun.
Well, this is fun.
Ooh.
I'm glad we did this, guys.
Brett Hull on Late Night with David Letterman. That would be interesting. Okay, so.
Brett Hall, what? Whatever.
So back to seriousness here. We were talking about favorite goalies. Curtis Joseph's all time for me. Maybe for you, John. Yes? Agree?
Yeah, I mean.
He's my favorite.
There's a sign.
First favorite.
Is it because of Cujo? Was it his nickname?
It's probably the mask.
I think it was his style of play. The thing is, though, Grant Fuhr came in, instant upgrade.
Nah, I would disagree.
Because Curtis Joseph was either just blazing hot or ice cold. Fuhr was consistent.
I don't think Fuhr was consistent at all.
You don't know what you're talking. You're drunk.
I'm really not. I'm actually quite sober because I have to drive here pretty soon.
Nah.
I'm responsible, damn it.
I'm responsible.
And I'm a Mormon. You got me going on there.
I'm the Mexican-Canadian Mormon.
Can I get a hot tub?
El Mormon, eh? Predictions. How are the Blues going to finish in the conference?
Let's break it down by division first. You think the Blues are going to repeat?
They're not playing by division this year. They're playing by conference.
Are we serious?
Yes.
God, man.
Because we're not playing.
This is why we can never edit.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I take that back. We are not playing it. We're only playing Western Conference teams.
And this shortened schedule, that's
okay, I was wondering how that was going to work.
Yes.
I actually haven't seen the schedule.
So we will get no...
Is that going to be a new format, though? Because I thought that was...
No, it's just because of the shortened season.
Okay.
No.
So,
every team is going to want to see Sidney Crosby. That's just an NHL.
Yeah. But I thought there was some talk...
See, why would they want to see Sidney Crosby? I don't understand that. No offense to Sidney Crosby, but I would rather see... And also Ovechkin than a Sidney Crosby. Because I feel like...
he's another one.
Well, what's the difference between those two? Let's talk about that for a second.
Difference
between Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin?
Gosh, this has been the most debated topic.
Way easier to pronounce than the other one.
I think Ovechkin's
one rhyme.
Just a personal opinion, not by what
I think the appeal to Crosby is that he rhymes with Bill Cosby, and everybody loves
Yoshi.
Oshi.
Everybody
Cosby,
loves
Cosby.
Everybody loves pudding.
Everybody loves the pudding. That was the worst Bill Cosby.
So we go from a green guy to a white guy, from a black guy to a white guy. Okay.
Wonderful.
Where did Green come in?
Ovechkin, I think Ovechkin plays more physical hockey than...
I would...
Really?
No.
Yeah. I think Sidney
I've
Crosby's
seen
more of a
I've
dirty
seen
player.
Ovechkin put some hits on
Really?
dude. Oh yeah. Crosby, I mean, he is great. I would take either one on my team, but if I had to choose,
it's like comparing gold to gold.
Yeah, I mean,
Russian gold and Canadian.
Yeah. I would go Ovechkin.
Well, at this point, this brings us to one of your segments here. With Sidney Crosby and all the concussion injuries and all that stuff. Who would you rather have on your team? Crosby or Ovechkin?
I guess it would depend on the need for the team.
Who would you rather have in the Blues right now?
Neither.
Really?
Who would you replace? If you could replace a guy like... Not that I have anything against him. I hope he has a great season. But if you could put Ovechkin in D'Agostini's place, would you take it?
Well, absolutely. But I don't think, realistically, I was going to say who would actually make that trade.
For talent, yes. For attitude, no.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a what if, it won't happen. So it's kind of a...
It's a hypothetical.
Yeah, for sure. But predictions, gosh, the Blackhawks, their question mark is goaltending. Kyle needs a refill. Manager. Blackhawks. I just don't believe Corey Crawford is the guy. I never have. I love how you're pouring that right over our equipment.
Nothing can go wrong here. This is a grand idea.
This is foolproof.
Everybody knows.
This
we're
is
recording
wine-proof,
electronics.
<laughs>
actually.
Yeah. This is wine-proof recording equipment.
I'm a
Well-
professional wine pourer, John.
There is some talk
Made
going
by
around in the
Mexican
NHL right
Canadians.
now about where will Roberto Luongo go. And
You are
actually-
skipping over.
Well, John, it's
the
cool
prediction
because
one.
we're just getting our feet wet. We're mere kittens pawing at the water right now. Okay? We're just pawing.
Just give it a second. We gotta do predictions first. I want to know.
You're
Who
not
will
really
predict-
letting the conversation
I'll-
flow, Johnny boy.
I'll give you. A
Charles watching
prediction.
YouTube, right? We moved on from the show, John.
Nobody cares anymore.
Where I'd do anything to bone her.
What's all this 1 in a million? Is that Dumb and Dumber still?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. See, it's comedy and sports. Comedy and sports. Comedy and sports.
Copyright infringement in sports.
Absolutely.
Wine and
If
sports.
I'm being honest right now, I think this is a great idea, like to actually do this, because I've never done this in a forum, like 3 or 2 other people. Or 3
Yeah.
other people, excuse me, yeah. And no, it's cool. I think it's good to have this first one knocked out just to kind of get a feel for it. So when we do this again, we actually can get serious and get going with it.
Well,
So I'll
we
just
can also
edit
listen
that
to
input out.
But we actually haven't.
We can replay it and listen to it and be like,
Yeah.
okay,
This is
No,
what
let's
works.
So
figure
you're
out what
saying
we like, what
we're
we don't.
taping this again, pretty much, is what you're saying.
I would prefer if no one heard
Alright.
my voice in this manner. I mean, not my voice, but like I definitely need to do my homework. And
He can't really do hand puppets. Greg says this.
I just
Kissy
feel
face.
like, and I even made this my status the other day. All the boys were acting as if they were in a huge breakup with the NHL. You know, like, will they call me back?
Yeah,
Just desperate and needy and just like
man whores.
hopeful, but like you didn't want to tell them.
Yeah.
No one wanted to break the news.
You
to
don't
them.
want to hover. You don't want to like text,
Right.
see how our day is going, but
Yeah.
you want to know.
But
Will
you
there
wanna
be
know.
hockey?
You really want.
That's your own personal shit, John.
Yeah, you say down the road, but I mean, can we just compromise?
And now I feel like you guys have a venue where you can just really get all that angst out. You guys are really
Yeah.
angsty right now, and
So much
well,
anger.
I don't know about you guys, but
Dude.
I looked at my phone every single day. Checked
Yeah.
ESPN every single day.
Mhm.
Wanted to know what the update is.
I feel like a lot of guys were like you.
And it pissed me off even more and more and more. The more that you don't get feedback, or you're like, yes, they're actually talking.
Did you ever like think about like where am I going to be when I get the news?
I didn't honestly think we're gonna have a season
No.
this year. I wasn't really looking forward.
I thought about that.
I
I'm
got
like,
to that point, and so did you. And then
Yeah.
when I started hearing from sources that nobody else was hearing from, but you're like, no, I'm like, no, I swear to God.
I saw
Dude,
that
what
on
happened?
Facebook. John was a big old doubter.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I knew
Big
just
old
because
I
of different.
I,
He lost
I
his
agree
faith.
with what you're saying,
In
but at
Jesus,
some point
aka
I
the
just
blues.
wanted them to
Jesus the blues.
just I wanted them to just figure it out.
He got tired of waiting for them to call, you know? He moved on.
Here's a question. So the CBA is good for
He
10
never
years.
really moved on.
And the
Right.
players have, 8 years? Are we going to have another lockout in 8 years? Shall we?
Boy, if you think
course we
Batman's
are.
gonna
I think
be
so.
I think so
If
too.
Batman's still around, why not?
if you think Batman's gonna be around,
I think after this, I think
see here's
he's
the
on his
thing.
way out
The
door
NHL
sooner
has
than later.
only had one commissioner, Mr. Gary Bettman. He was elected in by the Board of Governors in '92.
He's the first commissioner?
The first and only commissioner. The NHL didn't have a commissioner. Before
How did
that.
it happen before then? Educate me.
It was just it was guys
Owners
that
got together.
ran, it was ran by a person with a different title, like director of hockey operations or
His
something.
name was Dick Smurf.
This is a good Dick Smurf.
So there's like a hockey dictator out there?
There's a guy named Dick Smurf.
It's gotta be.
Does that mean he's got a blue dick?
Could you Google it?
Dick Smurf.
Get on the
Dick
old Google
Smurf.
machine.
Got
You
it.
know,
But Anna is
The
right. There was a
interwebs.
hockey dictator before Gary Bettman came around.
yeah.
Before
So-
Gary Bettman liberated.
So Gary
Yeah,
Bettman, in his job title,
Got it. Sorry. Dick Smurf. This is pretty good. A person who absolutely loves the penis, either male or female. Slight resemblance to Cocksmurf.
Cocksmurf?
Is that Urban
Cocksmith.
Dictionary?
Yeah, it's Urban Dictionary.
Ball game.
Fantastic.
Are you an Urban
Good to know.
Dictionary or?
Well, I was in Google and then it transferred.
Maybe we
Urban
shouldn't
Dictionary.
say what
Not
website
that.
we're on for yet again copyright infringement.
I want Anna Schmidt to be our drunk producer. New rule.
Cocksmurf is brought to you today by the letter V.
Hold on, wait. We
and
keep talking about
Subway.
copywriting. How can you copyright really anything?
I don't know. I'm not.
Do you want to copyright Cocksmurf?
No.
I want to copyright this look.
No.
Shit.
But if you want to
I think
copyright,
J-Lo's got that one down already. J-Lo and my grandpa.
there was a lot of.
We've
other
moved
things that
on
was
from
popping
talking
up on
about
our
stuff,
computer, John.
not just looking at stuff on the
Do you
internet.
have something to
Greg,
say?
can I just say you're real natural?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I feel
You're
like we've
welcome.
lost
I think
all
it's the oil on my
control.
skin that keeps me young.
We're just
I could
barreling
skate
down.
right across it.
Skate right across.
Okay, guys. This has been a highly requested topic, and I would like to talk about this right now. It's a hot topic, or for our dyslexic viewer or listeners, the hot pocket.
We know what's on John's mind.
That was just a joke I'd wanted to say for like 3 weeks.
Did you say 3 weeks?
Did you practice that on the way up here?
Yes.
Yeah. I practiced that Ken Hitchcock line. I said about
Guilty.
him getting that
Did you
touch.
read it somewhere else?
No, I just kind of
Okay, well, yeah,
I
that
just-
was a good one then.
talked to myself.
Hmm.
Anyway, what she said. And we're back.
No. What's it gonna be?
Wait, what?
What?
That segment, the Watson.
Oh, say what son with Watson.
Yeah. Say what's up with Watson?
I like it.
We're working on it. So,
I love it.
this is a hot topic. Something that is on the minds of a lot of fans. The NHL, the third lockout in Gary Bettman's tenure. Should fans come back? Should they boycott?
I think
mean-
it all.
They're not gonna.
I'm with Anna. I don't think they're going to. I think fans are deprived. I mean, especially if you're talking about the fans in Canada. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. I think deep down, everybody kind of wants to be like, yeah, we're going to stick it to the NHL and to Gary Bettman and not come. But we still love the team. We still love our players. We're all going to get over this. We're all suckers, and that's just the way it's going to be.
Going back to my, breakup boyfriend-girlfriend analogy, we all like to say, fuck that guy, I'm not gonna fucking talk to him again. Till he fucking calls us, and then we run right back like nothing was ever wrong in the first place,
That's the
That's a
truth.
good point.
Mhm.
Anna with the truth.
I
see-
went to like another level. Incredibly
Sorry, I cussed probably 5 times out of the 6 in
You
this
did.
entire...
There were some F-bombs.
We were like in the cruise lane, and then you just like, screw it, I want to be in the passenger. Don't blink your.
That's how I drive, too.
Love it.
I
Just
live like
chill,
I drive.
chill.
Finger out the window, flipping people off.
You see, here's the thing. I don't believe that. In what other league have they threatened lockout if they didn't get their way?
NFL, they did that. last year.
NFL, yeah.
Baseball's done it.
Baseball has done it.
They what was it, 94?
I just
was out?
feel that, like, they know the fans are going to come
I thought
back.
the NBA just did this recently too. It's every big sport, man.
You know what it is? It's the same law firm, and I have no evidence prepared, but I read an article that there's a law firm that has ties with all 4 of the major male sports
Like to
in
be
America,
that law firm.
and they've successfully gotten a
Probably Brown and Gray.
lockout in all 4
Yeah.
major sports in the
Sparks Hour with John.
sports. This is sports.
Let's just be talking.
We're gonna talk some sport. Carolina Hurricanes. God, whatever. But here's the thing. I mean, should the fans boycott? I mean, the fair weather fans were going to be gone anyway. They were just looking for a reason to go. I mean, Blues, I mean, we're all lifers. We were going to come back regardless. And I almost felt a bit taken advantage of in that sense that, like...
This is such what a girl would say. Like, you have got to admit, did he just not just screw my point?
I felt like they so used me. They didn't appreciate me.
Call me Gary.
Call me Gary.
So here's my number. So call me Gary.
Call me Gary. What?
I don't know.
I missed out.
Is that the Call Me Baby song?
Yeah, but he said Gary.
The
Gary
Batman.
yeah.
The Batman. I'm Batman.
Who are you guys?
I am Batman.
If you guys had to be more upset with somebody, who would you be upset with? The owners or the players?
Well, John said earlier, he's like, I don't know.
I would say Batman.
Yeah.
I would have to say
The owners.
it's a small group of owners. I mean, with this new CBA, it's not saving anybody. This whole system is flawed. They could have had a 10-year. They did do a 10-year. They could have had a 7-year. They could have had a 3-year CBA. I don't think Bettman and the leadership that's there now is going to be around long enough to, see the end of this, because the whole economic system is flawed. The rich continue to get richer, and the poor teams like the Phoenix Coyotes or the Florida Panthers, or even Tampa was having some issues. They're going to continue to fight for scraps, and even teams like the Blues, who lose money, they lose money. As great of an organization is, they lose money. The only thing that really affected the Blues is that the salary cap. They're gonna gain about $4.5 million because they lowered the salary cap.
Do you think as fans we're going to see deals like the last time, like when the Blues were starting to get better again, like, all you can eat meals, Tuesday night home games? Do you think we're going to start seeing like $10 seats?
That's actually a fan question, and can I bookmark that?
Sure.
Come back to it in a second.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. I mean, outside of the people that were fired by the organization, this lockout had no personal effect on any fan. And like I said before, this shortened season is going to be like hockey on steroids. I mean, an 82-game season was good for the duration, but you had people, maybe they could recover from an injury quicker. Maybe, teams could have an up and down, and then like an LA Kings back in, and, standings mattered more. But, I think you should come back. You should support your team. Management, it's not going to matter. The Board of Governors, I think they recognize at this point, their fans are going to tell them that they just have no faith in Gary Bettman, and I don't think he's going to be around long enough for it to really matter. So,
well, we will see about that.
We will see. So
yeah, I think that if you think about it from Gary Bettman, the last lockout that happened, he pretty much gained a lot of power from that going into this lockout this year. A lot of people were looking. They kind of looked at him as NHL god because of financial situations or whatever. But as we're all saying, I don't really think that the fans are. They're going to go back. We're hockey fans. If you're a hockey fan, why don't you not want to go back and watch hockey? I mean, it's the most excitement type sport besides, the most popular sports, football and baseball. Yeah, football's great, but hockey's the most fast-paced, exciting sport out there when you're a hockey fan looking in.
St. Louis is a baseball team, a town, and it's very easy to be a Cardinals fan. To be a Blues fan, I mean, once you have a hockey team, and once you go and experience Blues hockey, I mean, in my mind, there's no greater.
I was telling my wife earlier before I came here, she's a huge Cardinals fan, and she likes the Blues, but she doesn't quite understand how people get so into them. I was trying to explain to her that Blues fans in St. Louis especially, there's just something different about them that the Cardinals and the Rams don't have. Not to be disrespectful to them, because we all love our teams here, but the fact is that Blues fans are a little bit different. They're so passionate about their team. They're educated about them. They know hockey. And there's just an undying support for them that I've always witnessed since I've been a fan all the way back since I was like 5 or 6 years old.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, and I just couldn't see myself being a fan of another team. And the thing is, Tom Stillman was one of the first, I think he was the first owner to apologize for the lockout. Mm-hmm. He via email, Twitter.
He had a statement up on the website.
Yeah. And I think they said, don't punish this guy. He didn't want to lock out. Of course he didn't want to. Who would buy something and just have it sit there and not make money? Tom Stillman, and going back to the source, it was some of the big six owners, those rich getting richer teams. That's who helped insinuate this lockout. Mm-hmm. They hoped for a deal that was more, congruent with everybody's needs, but it just didn't happen. And so don't penalize the Blues. I mean, don't penalize Tom Stillman. Show them what St. Louis means. If you're one of those people listening and you're just like, you want to boycott, you're still angry, what happened to you? You saved some money. Mm-hmm. That's what happened.
Well, don't just boycott St. Louis. Don't boycott any of the NHL teams. It wasn't just a team that decided all this. It was certain players, certain ownerships, certain things, but the NHL Hockey League did not say, oh, this is what we want all together, and say, go screw yourself. That'd be a different story. So NHL fans should go back no matter what. If they want to prove a point, buy tickets, don't go to the games.
I wonder how much talking there was well before the actual lockout started, because this didn't just start right when the Kings won the Stanley Cup. I mean, this has probably been going on for the last few years, you would think, about some disagreements between the owners and the players' union. So I wonder, at what point were they talking behind the scenes, or were people, upset with each other before it all became official? And I wonder if something could have been done beforehand, to not have prolonged this whole work stoppage.
I couldn't see anybody taking it real seriously until the 11th hour, really. I don't think. I even heard from places that, said this time last year, right around the All-Star game, that we're just not gonna have a season. Hockey's in danger, is what some articles said. But
all I gotta say is, long live the note.
Long live the note. Go see some games. Yeah. I've got a favorite player. I don't have a favorite owner. They don't sell owner trading cards. And the players are going to suffer if you boycott. So let's keep some talent in St. Louis. Let's go out. Let's spend the money. I will say this. They did release the single season or the single game packages this year. This just hours ago. And the very first game, the home opener versus Detroit, January 19th, 7 o'clock, the cheapest seats are $42.
Really?
The cheapest nosebleed, get your Stairmaster going seats, $42.
Do you think it's because it's the Red Wings or because it's the home opener?
Well, they've got their tickets slated in gold, silver, bronze.
Yeah.
And
they've had that before, though, right?
That's pretty much, that's their way of kind of helping the fans out. So the price increases didn't really hurt too much, but I think they could have maybe budged a bit on that one.
At the end of the day, when this whole lockout thing is, well, I'll be honest, and the dust is settled from all of it, the only people that are really going to lose from it are the people that depend on the jobs at Scott Trade Center and the other venues throughout the NHL. Mm-hmm. The players are going to be fine. The owners are going to be fine. The casual fans and the people who can afford season tickets are going to be fine. It's the people that couldn't work over the last couple months because of all this nonsense. So, I mean, that's the only real losers I can see from this.
Did they really not work, or did they just do...
the concessions people...
When I was at school, at nursing school, the person that ran the concession stand, she used to work at the Blues games and the Rams games, and... I asked her because it was right around the same time that the Rams were in a lockout, And it was just in preseason, but she said that it was going to affect her a lot. And I can't imagine what half a season of no hockey would be. So
it's 40% of your income. Well,
yeah,
20 because
these people have families too, and they got payments and houses and mortgages and all other crap they got to pay for, and those are the people who are hurting right now. So you just kind of feel for them, not for the players or the owners.
Less money spent at the game means less employees.
Well, you don't need the employees if there's no games. You don't need to sell concessions if there's no hockey to watch. So you don't need security. You don't need people to.
But I'm just saying, boycotting, you're hurting more than just the owners. You're hurting your fellow man.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, if you're going to boycott, you're going to boycott because you're pissed off that there was no hockey and that these people are greedy and just want more money. I don't think you're really going to think about those people. If you're going to go get a hot dog, just go up to the gas station and get a hot dog. You don't need to go down to Blues game and get a hot dog.
No.
Shit.
Shoot. Well,
So let's get to the fan questions.
Yep, let's get to it.
Fan questions. All right. So we do have fan questions. We have fans, actually. And guys, I'm very happy to say that this one comes from, wait for it, Mobile, Alabama.
Oh!
We have a listener.
Mobile, Alabama.
This comes out from Rowdy Rick Randy. My old buddy Caleb.
Is the same part, Ryan?
What?
No, never mind.
What are you...
I'm just looking for stuff for the Blue.
Okay.
Music.
Oh, you're reading the last year's entrance, Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers, that's what it was. Introduce it
I
again.
would love to
Introduce
do
it
those
again.
intro videos and just get like something like Linkin Park's "No More Sorrow," like.
Or how about
So I think that answers your question. Thank you very much for answering.
Yeah. Well, Rowdy Rick Randy never got his question. All right, so that's our show.
Thank you for your question. That's how we answered it.
So Rowdy Rick Randy, his name is Caleb. I don't know what's with the name change, but
I think it's the league reference, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that it?
I don't know. I've stopped watching it in a
Who's
while. I've had this thing called a job.
Me too.
Yeah.
I still have fun.
In the life.
we could play like a song at the end of our segments, like
We
when
could.
we're doing fan questions, like have the music playing in the background.
Yeah.
That's how they know it's ending.
Yeah. So Rowdy Rick Randy wants to know, in a shortened season such as this one, will we see a Blues versus Caps final? And if so, are we burning down STL, or does Ovechkin finally silence the critics?
Go ahead, Kyle.
Wow.
He's a St. Louis guy, but the Caps have always been his Eastern Conference team.
So we'd officially have to see them in the finals, though, because we would not. Well, no.
No preview in the season. No Eastern Conference teams.
I think it's like what we were saying from earlier. I think it's just going to matter who gets hot and when and how long they can maintain that hotness, if you will. I don't think it's out of the question to see the Blues and the Capitals, or you can see the Blues and the Penguins, or any other Eastern team who just gets hot. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because there's so few games. So yeah, I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see. I don't think it's out of the question.
There was a section we... Did you have something?
Well, I was going to say, I mean, kind of add to what you were saying. The teams who already know, like the St. Louis Blues, they played together last year. They played with Ken Hitchcock. Almost every single player is coming back from last year except for 3. Carlo Koliakovo.
Huskins is gone. Arnott's gone.
4 or 5.
Crombie.
But the players have been
And
playing together for
let me
quite
just
some time.
say,
The other
Crombie.
teams who haven't been playing together, or new additions, they're going to be the ones to struggle because they're going to have to try to figure each other out in less than half the season, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the teams like the Blues, Penguins, Capitals, the major teams that are actually pretty well off already, will have the better chances than the other teams. But that's something to prove and show as we see as it'll go along. But I don't know. I Washington Blues, that would be an interesting.
That'd be good.
That'd be a good series to watch.
I'd be more inclined to say that the Philadelphia Flyers or the Rangers have a better shot than the Capitals.
Here's the thing. any team in the Western Conference has a question mark. Yeah, all 15 teams, they have question marks. But when you talk about the Blues, they're the only ones who have question marks, such as like, can they do what they did last year? You're Kyle, you're dead on. They have almost everybody. They've added Tarasenko and Schwartz. We didn't even mention Schwartz yet. So I think the Blues have a great chance to come out. Another team, if they get their stuff together, if they can finally put it together, is Edmonton. They're a scary team. I would see them maybe making a push. As far as the Capitals go, they got rid of one of the most underrated forwards in all of the league. And with one of the funniest names is Alexander Semin. Good old Seaman. They got rid of him.
I wish we could have seen him.
He went to Carolina. They've also gotten rid of Dennis Weidman.
Yep.
So you don't get rid of two great players like that. Their goaltending, I don't know. Brayton Holtby, I mean, that's a big question mark. So can the Caps make it to the finals? At this point, anybody could make it to the finals in a shortened season.
Absolutely.
I just don't see it happening. I think Ovechkin does have the chip on his shoulder, proving to himself that coming back to the NHL, I mean, the KHL was literally about to hand him like the keys to the country. I mean, just Alexander, he's a rock star over in Russia. Kovalchuk's actually over there still. He may not come back, which sucks for Devils fans. But Blues Caps finals, I see the Blues out of the East, guys. I said this before the show. A team that scares the bejesus out of me is
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg
Rangers.
Jets. The New York Rangers. I mean, everybody was freaking out about Zach Parise and Suter coming over from Nashville. The Rangers went out and quietly acquired Rick Nash. Wait,
we all knew Nash was going somewhere. He was going to stay.
Yeah, screw Columbus. I mean,
there's no way. Plus, didn't he say he wanted to trade in there?
Yeah, he wanted off the team. He was the only guy there. Yeah. They had Jeff Carter, but he went to L.A. and what happened in L.A.? Oh, they won a cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intriguing.
So,
I don't want to talk about LA winning the cup.
Yeah, I'm a little not bitter about it.
Okay.
No. You know what? Congrats to them.
Yeah. Good for LA. They beat everyone. Moving on. So,
next question. What do we got?
New York Rangers and the Blues. That's my prediction in the Cup Finals.
I like it. Blues in 6.
This one comes from an old friend of mine. Should McDonald's bring back the Brett Hall comic book to help regain? Do you remember the Brett Hall comic books?
I do.
I have all 3 of them.
I never owned them, but I remember them. Actually, I think the first time I saw them was when Andy Black brought them over here.
Yeah, Andy Black. That's who the question's for.
Are you serious?
Is it from Andy Black?
Andy Black wanted that question.
Andy, what's up?
I in the excitement of trying to figure out how to record this, I forgot to bring them out, but they are in perfect condition up in my room. So, WTF. You know, that would be cool to see an Oshie comic book. Him playing Mario Kart as Yoshi.
I don't think Oshie would be a good comic book. I think he needs to put a calendar of every month for himself. They get the girls going wild.
Yeah, you gotta know your
You want to get a bigger fan base, put Oshie on January, February, March, April, May, June.
You know
July,
a guy
September,
who
October,
we haven't talked about at all? We haven't said Patrick Berglund's name once. He's a guy who should perform.
Think so?
I'll edit that in. So, all right. How many people who said they would never watch another NHL game after the lockout will keep their empty promises? Also, I don't understand the economics of professional sports, so will the owners and the players ever make back the money that they lost during the lockout, or have they shot themselves in the foot? That actually comes from my dad from upstairs.
Nice. Good question, Dad.
Yeah.
We're answering your question.
I think we addressed that.
I'm not real sure if they would make the money back for this year, but I think they're going to make the money back as long as,
Revenue comes in.
I think you can't make money back. They
Not
had
in half a
record
season.
growth before this year.
Yeah.
I think that'll take a while. But
Well, maybe the higher grosser teams, Detroit, Vancouver,
Kinda.
Toronto, Montreal, it's Canada teams. They're
mean-
going to go no matter what. They're freaks of hockey.
did it matter? I mean,
Was that the question? Did it matter?
no, like making the money back. I mean, yeah, the owners were going to lose money regardless. That's what I'm saying. This whole CBA is flawed, and at some point, they're going to say, we need hockey guys in here. There's a strong contingent that wants Gretzky as commish and Mark Messier as the leader of the Players Association, and that we will never have a lockout ever again.
Gary Bettman never played hockey. Is that correct?
He was an NBA guy. He's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
He's
Maybe
probably
there should
some
be a rule
dorky
in the
dude who
next
got picked
CBA.
on
They
by
should
the.
actually play hockey or at least have some type of affiliation with it.
I have a question, and I'm not a fan. So I have a
What?
question.
You're not a fan?
No, like a fan question,
Okay.
I'm on the show. So I'm going to ask
This
a
comes
question
from Kyle,
like a
right?
fan. So, what do you think the owners should do for season tickets this year and tickets?
Can I? That's something I was gonna bookmark because that's our last question.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Thank you forever, whoever answered that question, forever.
Well, I'll just make that the previous administration, led by David Checketts and John Davidson, may he rest in peace. He's in Columbus.
Yeah.
So. Wow. Good luck. Did a lot to reach out to the fans and repair the relationship. Do you think Tom Stillman and the new ownership will reach out to the fans in the same manner? Comes from Uncle Dave from Festus Mo.
I don't think they're going to have to because the Blues have a winning product on the ice right now. 5 or 6 years ago, that wasn't the case at all. They were hurting to get fans in the seats. We all been there. It was depressing as hell to go to a Blues game. So you knew it wasn't going to be a good game. And on top of that, there was nobody there. So that's when they were giving away the crazy amounts of food and the sweet prices for the tickets. But right now, they have a cup contending team right now. And like we said earlier, not many of the players have changed. It's the same core, same coach, same two goalies. I don't think that's going to be an issue.
If I were on that show Around the Horn, I felt like I just wanted to give you like 5 points.
Thank you.
Because you... Thank you. You're welcome.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
And then
I almost
then
brought
my
a
list
bell.
would have gone.
Yeah. No,
Shut up.
that's perfect. I mean, the product will... I do hope. I think they did miss a good chance to, reconnect by still offering $42 tickets, cheapies.
They should have done something. I'm not going to lie. I mean,
Oh
it's,
my
it's
gosh,
still shitty what
yes.
happened, but I mean, at the same
Yeah.
time, they can get away
I
with it,
think
will.
that they will. I think they'll discount tickets eventually. I think
Maybe
there
like
could be
the,
some kind of deals going on.
Maybe they'll have like a meet and greet with the Blues or something like that, and offer discount tickets. Or
Maybe we'll all
something
get
like that.
funnel cakes.
Yeah, hopefully, man, at least 2. I could eat me some funnel cake.
And none of
That
them
Doritos.
skimpy little,
I'm like,
small plate size. I mean, you make a brother look like a cokehead because he can't eat a funnel cake, right? He breathes it all over him. But no, I think every owner in the NHL is in repair mode, and the cokehead, isn't he?
Hand me a funnel cake.
Hitchcock has been said, if people come out for autographs, you don't sign 6 of those 10 autographs. You sign every autograph.
Yeah.
They've been waiting for you. He's told all his players, we've got to make sure the fans know. So, they'll do the student nights. They'll do family nights. They'll do
Senior citizen nights,
senior citizen armed forces nights.
clown nights,
Clown night. People with knives night.
nights.
Battery night.
People with knives. Is that what you said?
Yes, I did. It was funny because I said it. So, No, I think every owner is going to be in repair mode, and it'll be. I hope they do some outreach to the fans.
1 year ago, or 1 year from now, are we still going to be talking about the lockout?
No.
My guess is no. No one's going to care about it, man. I guarantee it. Not unless you're Gary Bettman. That's the only time people are going to...
Not unless it backfires and other things start popping up at the end of the year and the end of the season.
You know,
and
if
more.
yeah,
Honestly, I think people would drop it. I really do.
It will.
yeah.
It's gonna
Because, like we said in the beginning, we have a half a season, and it's going to be like playing playoff hockey for 48 games in a row before the playoffs. People are going to be so excited. They're going to be so stoked. It's going to be crazy action.
They're just
all
going
the
to
way
be.
through.
They don't even have to go to a Blues game. They're just
Yeah.
going to walk by St. Louis and just get. Oh! Like Blues. Yeah.
They're
Well,
I
gonna
mean-
crap
think
their
about it.
pants.
Well, once we get through this season, yeah, it's going to be a shortened season, but shit, before you know it, baseball will start back up again.
Yep.
You know how, I mean, at least for St. Louis. I'm not talking about for everybody else.
I cannot stand those people who are just like, okay, when's baseball start? I mean, grow up.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
But, well, hold on. I will give some people some credit. You know why? Because at the end of baseball season, I'm the one saying, when's hockey season going to start?
Yeah.
When's the NHL? When's the Blues
Do-
coming?
you
When's
know,
our training camp? That's all I start thinking about.
in my old age of 30, I can only focus on one thing. And, you know, to be honest, the Cardinals for the last 2 years have spoiled us rotten. And, you know, the Cardinals season is ending right as the Blues is starting. And I just can't get excited about those first 10, 20 games like I can about the World Series. So,
Right.
I mean, so in that essence, I'm like, okay, Blues, I love you. It's like family or Jesus, family, friends, Blues right there. And it's like, you know,
What if the Cardinals were having a crappy season, though, like towards the end of the
oh,
season?
yeah, forget it.
Yeah.
But if they're in the mix, I can't focus on two things at once. So
John
That's what-
Schmidt can't do two things at once.
tonight on Hard Copy, one man who couldn't say. So this is a really good question. It's a two-part question. The Blues have a good mix of old and young players. Do you think the older players will not be as good this year because they have not been on the ice for 6 months? It's actually the second part of the question, but I'm saving the first one because I really like it.
Yes and no, but I think if the older players or younger players, it
Do you
doesn't
still have
matter.
the roster pulled up?
I do.
I think that they're going to still condition themselves. I think they were smart enough to keep conditioning themselves through the lockout because they probably knew that eventually something might happen.
it before.
But, I mean, they should have still been working out, conditioning themselves, maybe be on the ice, off the ice, whether it be, dieting, whatever. Yeah, are they going to struggle a little bit more than the younger players? Absolutely. I mean, age, of course, always makes a difference. But
No.
I think that they will still get on the ice, and as soon as they start skating around with the teams and, the players, I think they'll get right back into where they need to be.
Greggy B on the roster. What's the oldest Blue right now?
Give me 1 second to pull it up. It's coming up right
That
now.
would be
Who do you think?
Langenberger.
Yeah, I think it's
Lang-
Okay,
Yeah.
outside
He
of
is 38
Langenberger.
years old.
Hey, going back on what Cal was saying, I mean,
Scott
it's just
Nichols.
that.
He's
Is
37.
Nichols? Okay. Wait, close second.
Yaroslav Halak is a young 57.
Rather handsome knight.
That is David Perron?
Yeah.
Am I saying it right, Perrin?
Perrin?
Perron?
Pern? Isn't
These
that a
players are.
fizzy
I mean,
water?
they're professionals, so this isn't like something that they do just for fun. I mean, they like what Kyle was saying. They should be keeping themselves in shape all season long, and even in the off season. A lot of these players were playing in other leagues throughout the world, so I know that was a lot of the younger guys. But yeah, I mean, just for that reason alone, I think they'll probably struggle a little bit, but I mean, it remains to be seen. So we'll find out. I don't see any spontaneous femurs breaking out there, though.
Short
It was
answer,
kinda funny.
no. They're not going to. The older players, I mean, it was a league-wide. It's not, So the older players, if they're behind, I mean, every team's going to have aged
We're
players.
going to have to put you down.
You've had a good run, old fella.
Good job.
They're going to break my knees.
Eat this apple. Sleep.
These are good questions. Where are all these coming from?
These are from Facebook.
Ah.
And I didn't even check our
Thank
email.
God for Facebook.
Can you check our email right quick? There might have been more questions.
Might
Because
take me a minute.
I tweeted something.
You tweeted or you twerted?
I twatted. What if a social network site came out that was just like a noise?
Hey.
Guys, come on out to...
The opinions of John Schmidt do not necessarily reflect those of Kyle Watson and Greg.
I have 10 reasons to date a hockey player. Ooh, it'll be like the top 10 on David Letterman.
Where's Anna?
It could. I've got one more question, actually. I was saving that one.
Well, hurry up. We've already gone about 2 hours into our show.
Kyle's going to be up in 3 hours.
Yeah. After the previous lockout, the NHL issued a new set of rules on the game. Do you anticipate any new rules regarding the gameplay?
You said there have been new rules?
In the previous
There have-
lockouts,
right,
they
okay.
initiated the trapezoid behind the goal.
Yeah.
They
Shootout.
took away 2-line pass. Shootout. No, I think that was randomly.
Overtime.
I don't think it'll be like necessary big changes in terms of that kind of stuff. I think the only thing I could see really changing or maybe being more aggressive is the type of hitting on players and having concussions and injuring other players, like more fines or more suspensions than they had last year. I don't know if that's how it's going to be, but come on. Our hometown, David Perron.
Right.
We were all pissed. I was pissed.
I still can't believe he only got 3 games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think
If
if they do pull their heads together and talk about it, I mean, I think they really need to
Although, to
change that.
Joe Thornton's
It
credit,
wasn't malicious, man. Not on Thornton's part. I don't think it was.
are you kidding? You didn't even see the
He
hit.
got
then.
blindsided. I'm not going to say it was like...
He was coming out of the box. Perron was joining the play late. Had no business even touching him and threw an elbow up.
I'm not condoning what he
To
did.
Thornton's
It was wrong,
credit.
but I'm not saying it was like the most malicious hit you've ever seen in hockey. I mean, come on.
Correct. Yeah.
Perron played the rest of the game, and he scored a goal. It wasn't until
2. He had both goals.
Did he have 2 in that game?
They won 2-0 that game.
I was at that game, actually.
Yeah.
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 Well, Cal
To Joe Thornton's credit, when Perron came back, he sent him a text. He's like, "Hey man, congratulations, welcome back." Really classy move. So
Hell, man, I would have done better in a tax. I would have bought like a car or something. You know what I mean? I knocked you out for like a year and a half. I'm just sitting there
please make it stop. Okay, welcome back.
$10,000 every week
I want your wife
for the next 30 years of my life.
I'm going to rename myself Joe Thornton.
Joe David Perron Thornton the
The
second.
first.
Junior.
All good questions.
Do you have any more questions from our email?
My computer's dangerously slow. I couldn't really get it, dude.
That's the sound of a fart. All right. Well, those were fan questions.
I need a sound of nothing. More so my head hitting a pillow.
Yeah.
But I really do want to go over this 10 reasons to date a hockey player. May I do this?
Should that be our odds and ends? Do you want to end on that?
Let's do the segment. Say what son with Watson.
Say what said.
What?
What? I didn't come up with this, so that's.
Huh?
I didn't come up with it.
Say
so
what son?
Say
with
what
Watson.
son with Watson.
And
God,
Kyle-
who's gonna have 2 hours to listen to this shit?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Well, there's so much editing that's gonna. What are you guys doing tomorrow? Let's re-record. So
Let's redo the whole show.
and delete it. All right. Well, here's the first section of our new segment, Say Watson with Watson.
What?
You freaking nonsense.
Say Watson with Watson.
Say Watson.
Wow. We are now Japanese and Chinese, folks.
Say Watson. I just farted over
Oh, boy.
Say
Okay.
Watson with Watson. I'm fired. Oh, God.
Okay. So, anyways.
Oh,
10 reasons to date a hockey player. Number 1. You know what? No, we're gonna start from 10 to 1.
Yeah, you should.
Okay. Number 10.
Build suspense.
Because baseball players only know how to hit balls.
oh.
Ho.
Hey-o. Number 9. They know when to play rough. Number 8. They have long sticks.
Chris
This is
Pronger.
my man.
Number 7. They know how to use their wood.
Aye.
Actually,
Number
it's
6.
more of a titanium
Aluminum.
mix now. Lighter.
True. We're going old fashioned here.
Okay,
All right.
sure. Flat blades.
Number 7. They know how to use their metal
There
wood.
we go.
There it is. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Metal wood.
Metal. Are these like war veterans? Why would you make them out of metal? Just turn
Number
it out
6.
of butt fat.
They never missed the target. I wish that was the case for me.
What?
Can I tell you how I missed the target once?
I don't know what frame of reference you're talking about.
Kyle, what's that?
Say what's up?
Say
What's
what?
that? Hey, Watson. What's Watson?
Is there ratings on podcast? You
Number
must be
5.
too.
They find the opening and get it in. Damn!
Where'd you get this from, man? It's got to be a dirty website. Is it dirty?
Is this Playboy?
No.
I read it for the articles.
It's called CC Jokes. Number 4. They have great stamina. Number 3. They are used to scoring.
These are great ideas.
Yes, they are fantastic ideas. Ooh, number 2. John, you have these. They have great hands.
Ooh. Soft. So different.
What the hell?
Now the viewers are saying, why
How do you
is
know-
he saying that John has great hands? I really have no idea.
They are smart. They are silky smooth.
This concludes our first 24 hours.
Oh, hold on!
I'm sorry.
Number 1. They always wear protection.
Oh!
Alright. That was Say What's On with Watson. Brought to you by Mom and Dad because we're in their basement.
Reminding you to clean up your shit because they won't clean it up for you.
And we're probably going to get kicked out soon because we keep waking them up. Hey, let's speak about parents for a second here. Can I explain a story one time about when I saw John?
No! So
On
thanks
that
for
note,
listening.
all right.
No, we're not talking about that. We've got some other things we didn't cover, but oh boy.
So what are we going to actually do with this besides like us listening to it? You guys actually want to send it out or?
That was the goal.
Yeah.
It's so
Let's end on
freaking
this.
long, though. All right, was that a goal? Did we all do a good job?
That was a goal.
All right, guys.
I think for 3 guys who've never done this before, I think it was fun.
Yes. Yeah. Final thoughts, Greg?
Look, I'm excited to be here. I'm a Blues fan. I'm a man. I'm 28. I'm excited. No, this is going to be fun. I think what we got going here is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be educational, not only for me, but for the people who actually want to spend a couple hours and listen to us.
Can you replay that music just on loop?
What's that one song like they used to play at the end of the Blues
I don't know
broadcast?
how to do
Like,
that.
do 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 do. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because that's
Right here,
not
I believe it is.
copyrighted at all by K1.
Oh, it's not. Okay, never mind. Let's not do that one. St. Louis Blues Hockey. Brought to you by the-
DiGiorno. Hold on. We're actually working on our ending thing here, so give us 1 second.
Keep listening to us. Everybody keep listening. I'll hurry it up.
There we go.
My name is Greg Beering, and I like hockey. Everybody, thanks for listening to us. I think it's going to be fun.
Why are you hard? We've already heard from you. Kyle, go.
No,
Oh.
shut.
My name's Kyle. Sup?
God, listen.
So white.
No, thanks for listening, everybody. Looking forward to a fantastic year with St. Louis Blues hockey, and now we're back to John.
You know, I think it was a great effort out there. We really gave it our all. We just gotta, finish our checks, find the loose pucks, and don't let any rebounds up. And so, again, thanks for listening to Three Guys in a Basement. For Kyle and Greg, I'm John saying so long from my parents' friggin' basement.
Let's go Blues!
We should end every. Dude, that's awesome. I like that. And we can stop at 1, 2, 3 for 3 guys.
And we're out.